Born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica, Napoleon Bonaparte came from a family of minor nobility. His parents, Carlo and Letizia Bonaparte, played pivotal roles in shaping his early years. Napoleon was the second of 8 siblings, and despite financial challenges, his family provided a supportive foundation. Young Napoleon excelled at the military academy in Brienne-le-Château, showcasing his intellectual prowess early on. As the French Revolution unfolded, Napoleon's military career skyrocketed. His brilliance shone through in the 1793 Siege of Toulon and the subsequent Italian campaigns, where he displayed innovative tactics and strategic insight. In 1796, Napoleon married Joséphine de Beauharnais, a widow with 2 children. Their relationship was passionate and tumultuous, marked by separations due to Napoleon's military campaigns. Joséphine played a significant role in Napoleon's ascent to power, charming the political elite and securing alliances. By 1799, he orchestrated a coup d'état, paving the way for his ascent to power. By 1804, he crowned himself emperor, solidifying his power. Napoleon and Josephine's coronation as emperor and empress in 1804 was a grand spectacle. Napoleon's military conquests reshaped the map of Europe. The Battle of Austerlitz in 1805 and the Peninsular War in 1808 proved his military brilliance. In 1810, following Russia's withdrawal from the continental system, Napoleon Bonaparte retaliated by leading a massive army into Russia during the summer of 1812. The Russians, rather than confronting the French in full-scale battles, adopted a strategic approach of continuous retreats, unprepared for the harsh winter conditions and the extended campaign. Napoleon's forces pressed deeper into Russian territory. In September of that year, both sides suffered heavy losses in the inconclusive Battle of Borodino. Despite the indecisiveness of Borodino, Napoleon's forces marched onward to Moscow, only to find the city almost entirely deserted. Retreating Russians, as a desperate measure to thwart their enemy, set fires that engulfed the city, leaving Napoleon without the expected resources. After waiting for a surrender that never materialized, Napoleon, confronted by the impending Russian winter, reluctantly ordered his starving and exhausted army to evacuate Moscow. The subsequent retreat turned disastrous as the French troops faced continual harassment from a suddenly aggressive and merciless Russian army. Out of the 600,000 troops that initially embarked on the campaign, only an estimated 100,000 managed to survive the grueling ordeal and make it out of Russia. This ill-fated Russian campaign marked a pivotal moment in Napoleon's military career, leading to a significant decline in his power and influence on the European stage. At the same time as the catastrophic Russian invasion, French forces were engaged in the Peninsular War, 1808-1814, which resulted in the Spanish and Portuguese, with assistance from the British, driving the French from the Iberian Peninsula. This loss was followed in 1813 by the Battle of Leipzig, also known as the Battle of Nations, in which Napoleon's forces were defeated by a coalition that included Austrian, Prussian, Russian, and Swedish troops. Napoleon then retreated to France, and in March 1814, coalition forces captured Paris. On April 6, 1814, Napoleon, then in his mid-40s, was forced to abdicate the throne. With the Treaty of Fontainebleau, he was exiled to Elba, a Mediterranean island off the coast of Italy. He was given sovereignty over the small island, while his wife and son went to Austria. On February 26, 1815, after less than a year in exile, Napoleon escaped Elba and sailed to the French mainland with a group of more than 1,000 supporters. On March 20th, he returned to Paris, where he was welcomed by cheering crowds. The new king fled, and Napoleon began what came to be known as his 100 Days campaign. Napoleon raised a new army and planned to strike preemptively, defeating the Allied forces one by one before they could launch a united attack against him. In June 1815, his forces invaded Belgium, where British and Prussian troops were stationed. On June 16th, Napoleon's troops defeated the Prussians at the Battle of Ligny. However, 2 days later, on June 18th, at the Battle of Waterloo near Brussels, the French were crushed by the British, with assistance from the Prussians. On June 22, 1815, Napoleon was once again forced to abdicate. In October 1815, Napoleon was again exiled to the remote British-held island of Saint Helena in the South Atlantic Ocean. He died there on May 5, 1821, at age 51, most likely from stomach cancer. A later theory, based on high concentrations of arsenic found in samples of Napoleon's hair, held that Napoleon had died of arsenic poisoning. However, subsequent studies also found high concentrations of arsenic in hair samples from Napoleon's childhood and from his son and Josephine. Arsenic was widely used in medicines and products such as hair creams in the 19th century. Napoleon's tales became legendary, and he became one of the most well-known generals in the world. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to support our hard work. Like and share.